Hi, Time Gosling. Still getting some stuff set up over here. It is warm enough outside that we're going to attempt an outdoor stream, as weird as that may be for gaming, just because I'm tired of having to get up to go smoke. Medical patient and all that. We'll get there. Probably looking at installing a can filter soon. Just for the purpose of being able to stay in bed. Because sometimes that's asking a lot. A very, very broken dog. We have power. Do we have light? We kind of have light. As long as I don't look directly at it, I'm fine. Fortunately, I think I'm looking directly at it. Yes, I am. Okay. We've also suffered a hardware casualty. My keyboard is foobar. So the one that is integrated into the laptop is going to be the only one I have for a little bit. And overall, it's not going to be too much of a difference, save for one thing. VC face. I'm just going to always be right up in everybody's face. Fort Bush. That's an interesting one. Also, I wanted to point out, we broke our previous follower goal. I actually have to set a whole new one. Thank you to everybody who's been watching and supporting. I super appreciate it. And I've actually been working on getting additional art assets done for the channel. More emotes, more costumes. So tonight, I'm going to show off the one that was supposed to be for the Diablo 4 launch, because I think I'm going to end up probably making some more stuff, some more accessories to go with this. But we'll at least show off the costume for tonight. Right. Yeah, so I noticed a thing when I was messing around with some of the shader, or sorry, not the shaders, but the mesh options built into Vroid. And I found out that if you type outside the sliders, you can actually get some values that do horribly cursed things, like extending your fingernails backwards into yourself 5,000% obviously makes a nightmare monster. But doing so to your clothing will also result in interesting architectural changes. So I've managed to actually figure out some transparency stuff. And you can see that I still haven't quite finished changing all this. There's the remnants of an old cloth hood that I was working on for kind of the cyber outfit. But yeah, I've been slowly making some adjustments, doing some custom paint work, and the part that I'm actually really proud of here is this sleeve/armored glove setup I've got going on. I actually need to finish armoring the gauntlets for it still. As well as, oh, looks like my leg is sticking through my armor. Yep. What's going on here? Okay, I have a general idea of what's happening. I'll have to fix that later. But I mean, that's kind of the whole thing, is I'm showing a work in progress. It's still getting the final touches done, and Vroid is not the easiest thing to work in. It's very robust, surprisingly. I'm amazed at what I can do in it. I wish that I were a little bit better at working with things like Blender, but you know, you work with what you got, and eventually I'll get there. Okay, so let's take a look here at what we ended up pulling up for today's vote for games. So let's see. Cape Velocity Nova. Oops. FTL. Starships. No, let's do a game of Starships. That actually sounds kind of nice. Well, let's see. I still had a campaign. No, my campaign blew up last time, didn't it? You know, eventually I'm going to actually have to make like little symbols for each of these too. That'd be fun. Okay, I'm going to try and see. See, the problem is I just moved. So a lot of my storage is kind of in absolute havoc, and that includes my cold storage of stuff like my older software. EVNova does have a shareware version, but if I play the shareware version, I'm eventually going to be attacked by Captain Shareware, which is going to mean the end of that run if I were to go, well, that might not be the worst way to go, actually. Let's see. FTL shareware. Not FTL, EVNova. The software is no longer in print. Okay, I think I may have actually found this. We'll see in a second here, because this is a deprecated message board that I'm pulling from. Download anyway. Okay, that one didn't go. Oh, that already went. Okay, got it. And that one as well. Yes, yes. Thank you, computer. Well. This is going to be really funny if I manage to make this work, so just on the fly. But we do live in a cloud storage future where everything's available. The entirety of all human information is available. Somehow, for some reason, we use it to collect cat pictures, but... Holy cow. Okay, requires QuickTime. Good, good. I'm getting the errors in the order that I'm expecting them to, which is kind of neat. Oh, no. Program files, EVNova. Open this. Minimize that. Take these, stick them here. Continue. And then try to launch again. No way. Okay, so let's fix the thing real quick. Turn off the intro music because it's just not going to work. Changes take effect next time you launch. Okay. Let's try launching this one more time. Very nice. Set preferences. Sound volume. Turn that down. I forgot how quiet I had had that originally. This is delightful. Okay. Next up. New element. Game capture. EVN. Oh no, is it not going to grab it? Oh no, it didn't. Remove. Yes. New. Window capture. EVN window. There we go. Let's say okay. Now we're looking at some real ancient gaming. Oh wow. Okay. I think this will actually work. Kind of surprised. Okay. Now let's make certain I've got my chat up here. NNK, thank you for subscribing. And hi, Hunter. See, this is why I have to have my chat up. I had no idea because I was busy messing with things. Okay, let me get the title of this switched up. Wow, has it really been? I think it actually has been like 20 years since this game came out. This is an ancient game. I'll look that up in a minute. I'm busy. Done on that. Switch this to EVNova. Open up OBS further because it is acting tiny and I don't know why. Escape Velocity Nova. Good. And this is not a side scroller or a hack and slash or Greek mythology. NNK! Thank you for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Alright. Hi, my name is TheSandWife. I am a virtual green Glowdog on the internet that lives in the gay mountains of Colorado. I'm a medical cannabis patient and therefore a bit of an educator on the subject as well. And tonight we are setting up with a very old game called Escape Velocity Nova that I've been talking about basically nonstop since I started running this entire thing. And yeah, I think that I might actually have a functional copy here, so we're gonna give this a try. This is one of the best games that ever came out for the Apple OS, and that blows me away to this day. Like, I don't know any other games that were native, like exclusively native to the Apple OS initially, that then got a port to Windows and was an actual game. Like, not even a good game, just a game. And in this case, this is, like, the best. I legitimately wish that this one wasn't such a sleeper hit. There's still, like, a substantial fan following to this day of people that make mods and add content to this game, even though it is so far out of date. I was mentioning in my Discord that there's just a certain sense of perfect imperfection to this one that I love so much. Thank you, Raiders. Thank you, everybody, for dropping in. Okay, let me finish what I was working on here, and we will get started. And pop down. Yeah, that should suffice. Okay. What a strange day. I never would have thought that I'd get this running. Okay. I'm gonna put this over here, and jump back into where I've got No Thoughts Head Empty playing. We'll pause that for now. I just realized a thing. This game doesn't have background music. We're just gonna keep the No Thoughts Head Empty going. This game has no music, just an intro song that happens to be, oh geez, I just forgot. It's not Hans Zimmer, it's an ancient composer. Here, give me just one moment. I will be right back. Why are you VIP NNK? I wonder why that is. Okay, I have to think. Do I want to try and find other, like, DRM-free music that's not going to nuke me? Or should I just continue with No Thoughts Head Empty as the playlist for Naval Space Combat? Let's do it. Let's go No Thoughts Head Empty. Okay. No, you didn't give it yourself. I don't think you could have. Nickname. Plan. Strict play. When you're dead, you're dead. No reincarnation allowed. We are going to play this as a roguelite. Actually, roguelike. There is nothing you gain from previous playthroughs in this game anyways. Alright. Center our ship. Oh, wow, I cannot. It may be running a window, but I can't see the bottom of the window. Windows, hello? Well, alright. Mankind has colonized the stars. The early explorers launched themselves and their followers into the void with little or no idea of what the future would hold. Many were never heard from again until a genius named Omada Kane came to the fore. Kane designed and orchestrated the construction of the Hypergate system. The Hypergates were a means of linking systems light years apart with wormhole technology. A great boom of colonization began, and the dark reaches of space were suddenly not so dark nor so distant. The ruling body of humanity, the Colonial Council, grew rich from the colonies. The life's blood of the Council was the Hypergate system. But the Colonial Council grew corrupt, and the sickness of that corruption spread through every layer of society. Pirate attacks became more prevalent. Criminals flourished, and politicians became military governors. The emasculated Council could do nothing. Terrorists destroyed the sole Hypergate and crippled the network. Overnight, entire systems were cut off from civilization, and society was thrown into a state of anarchy. Few could have foreseen the events that followed. Warlords arose, empires sprung up and collapsed just as quickly, and all the while the people of the galaxy suffered in a new dark age. Planets sank into feudal states, and much technology was lost, seemingly forever. Yet from this chaos rose order. A newly reformed council advanced faster than light technology and slowly regained contact with the lost worlds of humanity. Over time, the core systems of human space formed a new ruling body, the Federation. Life is now a cheap commodity in a dangerous universe. To the south lies the Auroran Empire, a savage race. The mysterious Polaris hold the east, while the north and west are unexplored. You've just purchased your first ship, a shuttle that you hope will lead to better things, and you're ready to start your maiden voyage. The universe, with all its diverse beauty and terrors, awaits you, Captain. Alright. So, for anybody that has seen Sunless Sea, well, you can fall asleep to me mostly any given night. We are going to turn this game down. Holy cow. Appreciate you like my voice. I love being able to do reading for this. It's been actually a lot of fun trying to work my way past my initial vocal dysphoria for the benefit of others. Okay. So this should be a little bit quieter. You'll note that it spawned me right in the middle of a battle, and I wasn't having any of that, so I just landed on the space station. As you wander a spaceport for the first time as a fully fledged ship's captain, a weather-beaten man in his early 50s by the look of him comes over. You look a little lost, lass, he says in a gravelly voice. You look like I did when I just taken my first flight as ship captain. Mind you, that was nearly 30 years ago, but I never forgot that day. 'Tis a grand feeling, being a captain of a starship, and the first landfall is something you'll never forget. You smile and admit that you've just indeed made your maiden voyage, and he slaps you on the shoulder with a wide grin. Congratulations, my dear, he says, shaking your hand with genuine regard before stepping back and looking at you with almost a calculating look on his face. Okay. Now, who would say that? Alright. That derailed me. Thanks, I guess, both of you. Alright. When I first made landfall, I remember running into a guy by the name of Gary, and he was looking to settle down after plying the spaceways for a few decades. In exchange for passage, he showed me the ropes and how to get started in the crazy universe of ours. Well, I guess that what comes around goes around. He smiles, nodding at you. So I guess I'll make the same offer to you. What do you say? Now, I've done this before, but this will be to the benefit of others to actually see how the game generally plays. It'll be good to pass on some of the things I learned. He smiles, a distant look in his eyes, and I think old Gary, bless his heart, will be smiling wherever he is. Well, he continues after a short moment of reverie, enough living in the past, it's the future we need to look at. Eventually I want to head over to Dunroman, the Journey's End system, but I tell you what, let's head to Earth and the Soul system, and we'll take it from there. To do that? Okay, here's the actual tutorial. Okay, accelerate out to the edge of the system to make certain I don't launch hyperspace in the middle of open space and crash into somebody. It doesn't actually do anything with the physics in this game because they don't have physical collisions, but, you know, flavor. Alright, so let's take a look at the outfitter. We are going to want a map of the local area. We only have so many credits, but this will be necessary. Look at that. Look at all those places. I have no idea where any of them go. Tasty? No, not tasty. The lurid neon sign that proclaims this bar is called the Hypergate stands over a mammoth doorway shaped vaguely like an orchid, which is also surrounded by neon. Inside you see lights which cannot be mentioned to anyone below the age of consent. Flavor. A local community announcement. Looking for work? Try the mission BBS. Border battle. Auroran forces launched a major offensive along several points of the border today. They were beaten off with huge losses to both sides. Alright, what do we have for the mission BBS? Nope. 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 And nope. Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for somebody to notice that one. Luxury goods. Well, that's all the money we got for that. Let's go. I don't remember how to fly. There we go. Wow, it takes a second to get to speed. Alright. As soon as you land, Barry gives you a hand to shut down your ship, telling stories about the times he didn't complete his post-flight routine and all the troubles he had because of it. Well, maybe we should make a start, he says, rubbing his chin. How about we head over to the trade center? Okay, and we'll begin your tutorial, I guess. This is the lifeblood of our civilization, drawls. Oh, jeez, is this dog going to do this whole night? Drawls Barry as you walk around the warehouse. It is here that most fortunes are made, and more than a few are lost. It's not very exciting, but it can be lucrative if you stick to it for long enough. You see, he explains, some places have high prices for certain things, and others have low values for them. Different places have different values, and you make money by buying low and selling high. Beaten off, landing hands, what else? To give you a head start, I'll show you a couple of easy runs that'll get you started. What do you say? I don't really want to, but we'll do it. Okay then, in the spirit of buying low and selling high, look at the prices offered on Earth. Apparently. Normally, he explained, shrugging, you would then look around for a while to find a place to sell the goods you bought. But it happened to be that Port Kane has a pretty high demand for medical supplies at the minute, so I reckon we should head there. Alright. So let's sell these luxury goods. Recharge our engines. Tell you what isn't just you. Is audio toast? Oh, okay. Works for me. Alright. Let's take a look at what we got here. Toaster could make toast. The toaster could toast my audio. Well, let's see. Cargo expansion. Item mass 15, available 8. Ooh. Lending hands. What do you mean landing hands? Does the toaster make toast? Or does it toast bread? The toaster does not know, and it has no mouth, therefore it must scream. We'll never know. Oh jeez, I have to get all the licenses again. Ugh. Terrible. The toast better end up in your mouths. I think that's between you and NNK. I could hire another shuttle. I could hire a cheaper shuttle. Trade center. Metal? No, it's medical supplies. Okay. How many can I put on here? Theoretically, another. Okay. Just starting out by hiring a small fleet of shuttles. There we go. Sell 4. Nope, just 4. Well, sure, 5. Whatever. Just need to make certain I got enough credits to actually fund these ships. Okay. Go to Port Kane, and let's get out of here. One of your moods? How is that a mood? Next up, you're going to be adding it as a redeem. I suppose so. After helping you through the post-flight routine, Barry points the way towards the Port Kane Trade Center. Let's head over there, he drawls quietly. It's easier to explain what I need to from there. Okay then, Barry drawls quietly. First of all, if you brought any medical supplies from Earth, you sell them here. Obviously, you want to maximize your profits, as you always want to make a return journey that's profitable. Now, there's nothing on port candy you can sell for much on profit on Earth, but you could make some money by buying the lowly priced equipment here and selling on the planet of New England in Wolf 359, which is just one jump away from Sol. What do you say? We take a trip to New England? Leapy NNK things. Going to come a day where someone will ask you how you feel, and you're just going to say that. Okay then. Help yourself to as much of the equipment as you can, and you can try selling it when you get on New England. However, make sure you sell off whatever medical supplies you bought on Earth first. Yeah, how long were you streaming there, NNK? I saw your stream go up pretty early in the day for me. Oh, jeez. All these Federation patrol boats chasing after me, making certain I'm not moving contraband. It's just a fleet of shuttles, folks. Dude, 9 hours. Wow. Alright, so there's that Federation cruiser that I was talking about last night in Rebel Galaxy, for anybody that was watching. Those are the ones that look like the Arcturus, but upgraded to modern vehicle standards and aesthetics, I suppose. Alright, we're going to sell these luxury goods here. You know what, I'm kind of surprised that the No Thoughts Head Empty music is actually working for this, because I was thinking it'd be a little either chaotic or just not quite in flavor. 10 hours. Jeez! Yeah, take care of yourself, hon. Make certain that you do get good rest tonight. After watching approvingly as you go through your post-flight routine, Barry starts walking with you towards the New England Trade Center. Let's face it, you probably want to start learning about far more exciting stuff than moving some commodities around, but let's get the nuts and bolts out of the way first. Familiarize yourself with this place and remember it. There'll be times you want to make some quick credits. The trade route I just showed you will be useful to you, but it certainly isn't the only one. Also, keep your eyes out for special items that are often bought and sold in various trade centers. You'll see them listed below the bottom of the regular commodities. To those of us who've been around for a while, they're known as junks, just a little lingo we use. Some of these junks can make you a fair bit of cash in a single trade, others are just novelty items. Keep an eye out for them, they can make you rich if you're lucky. Wait, hold up, what? You must be talking about, like, unique items like the Rena Ice Lizard pelts. Big chill was a good day. Who's the bottom here? I see. Okay. Luxury goods are high here. So I could have just stocked up on them at the other place that I was just at. And I didn't pay attention to any of the other things here, so we'll just recharge. Ooh, I can get a port and polish here. I didn't realize what that sounds like. Well. Yeah. NNK is losing their mind, so am I now. Everything I say just sounds like innuendo and I'm not even trying. So we're going to go do a secret trade route that I know about that's in the middle of the Earth system. It is the highest return rate you can get, and allows you to basically get endgame content right from the start without ever doing anything or going anywhere. Now, normally I wouldn't want to necessarily sit here and grind, but I do want a little bit of starting funds so I can get a fun ship to start out with at least. So let's see here. Wow, they do have ice cap pelts here. Luxury goods are at medium. We'll stock up on those. Metal medium, equipment high, water low. Innuendo. Innuendo? Innuendo. In my endo. So there's... in the endo. After completing your post-flight routine, you and Barry head to the spaceport. Let's head over to the outfitters. It's always good to have a look at some of the ways you can improve your ship. Okay, let's drop these first. Medical supplies are low. Thank you. My joint's fighting back, taking advantage of the actual time I've got out here. So, also going to do another thing that I could never have done in a previous playthrough of this game. I'm just going to use Snipping Tool and keep an eye on what the actual commodities here were. And we will hire a couple more used, terribly beaten up shuttles, because they are going to be our fleet for now. As you can see from the crowd, Barry smiles, indicating the many old salts wandering around, perusing the various wares on offer. This is almost a home away from home for most ship captains. The universe can be a harsh place, and anything that gives your ship an edge is a must-have. For starters, he continues, waving towards the outfits, you should certainly consider buying a map of the local systems. Knowing where you're at saves a lot of hassles by backtracking and shuffling around. Other outfits that are often must-haves are the battery pack and solar panels, as you can never have enough stored energy, and when you run out, your solar panels quickly become a lifesaver. Yes, Edge. Many pilots, he adds, indicating some software upgrades being hawked off to your left, also find modifying their sensor software very helpful, especially the gravimetric sensors, IFF decoder, and auto recharger upgrades. Okay. The first gives you a better picture of the size of ships around you, the second will show you whether or not the surrounding ships, planets, and stations are friendly towards you, and the last means you don't have to remember to refuel. It automatically does it for you. As for the rest, he gestures dismissively, have a look around and see what you like, what you can afford. Be aware that the Federation government restricts a lot of outfits, either by requiring you to buy a license to use them or slapping a military ban on them. Incidentally, he finishes quietly, don't think that this list of outfits is a be-all, end-all. Earth and the Cane Band do offer a fair range of services, but they certainly don't offer everything. If you're willing, I could show you another planet that offers a fair number of different outfits. What do you say? Well, let's head over to Rother in the Rotharian system and have a look at what they have there. It's the home of Rother Power Industries Corporation, and they specialize in all sorts of upgrades. Of course, most of them will be way beyond your current price range, but they won't always be, and it never hurts to know what's out there. Just as a side note, Barry adds more seriously, if you can't quite remember what it was you had to do at any time on your mission, if you haven't changed the configuration, whatever. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Cool. Thank you, tutorial. Appreciate you, tutorial, sir. Alright, so over here, looking at what they actually do have here on Earth, the civilian-grade jammers versus the military ones that I don't have access to because I don't have military licensing. I'll also point out my credits start at about 25,000. We're almost double that now from me doing those trade missions and kind of gaming the game a little bit by starting off and just hiring a few extra shuttles. So we're going to finish that out and actually hire some bigger and bigger vehicles until I can buy a larger ship. Let's go see what's at the shipyard. An upgrade to a Viper would be 80,000. A terrapin is a decent cargo vessel, and if we're looking at actual combat vessels, the Starbridge is kind of the go-to ship. It's my favorite ship in the game, aside from certain special ones that are faction-specific. And there's actually a mod one of this called the Mod Starbridge Class D that is very rarely available on one other planet, and it has extra ports and gun mounts on the sides. I think it looks really neat. I don't know, something about this like basic delta shape has what was it, the Normandy from Mass Effect had the same like general aesthetic to it, and I really like just how sleek and fast the ship looks. And one other fine detail they added to the game, when you're using that one specifically, it has its own engine noise. It changes the sound of how it goes when it warps. It's cute. Also, Mass Effect. I have never actually played it. I've always wanted to get into really any of the other BioWare games. I played through about 24 hours of the original Baldur's Gate, and I wish that I'd done more of that. I think I played Baldur's Gate. No, what was it? Dungeon Siege. I played Dungeon Siege later, instead, because it was just like the same idea but more gamified, I guess. I also want to point out here, the IDA frigate is basically the same frigate vessel that was in Rebel Galaxy that we were playing last night. So it kind of jump-started my whole thing of, you know what, I just need to go pull up this game again. Okay. So we might end up, so you should check out Legendary Edition on Steam, has all 3 games up to new PC specs. You know, that's not a bad idea. On a normal playthrough of the game, how many hours would you expect it takes? Because I do kind of have limited time on what I can play. This is also one of my other favorite ships. It's very obviously inspired by the Swordfish from Cowboy Bebop. The Thunderhead has a pair of nacelles on the sides. We'll just read it. The Thunderhead is so named for its main weapon, the Thunderhead Lance. The lance is a solid beam of coherent laser light. In some ways, the Thunderhead was the worst reputation of any fighting vessel in the galaxy, not because of turn ratings or levels of firepower, because the assault fighter is the weapon of choice of pirates, privateers, and corsairs throughout known space. It has enough armor to allow it to go against large ships, and enough speed to allow it to catch up to most craft that try to flee. Basically, this thing is a pair of it's the Halo sword. It's a pair of lightsabers stitched together. Oh, I love exploring. Exploration is a big part of what makes this game good. So, like, I kind of, inherently do like to go find different things in different places and have a bit of wanderlust to me. I would say that, like, when I eventually get to play No Man's Sky, sun's coming up. Oh, wow. Good night, NNK. Have a good one, hun. Thank you for dropping in, and thank you for the raid. As for full hours, could see Google. Yeah, I'll probably end up looking that one up. Oh, is there like separate? Okay. Wow, these are way higher resolution than the images I tried to pull up before. All of these are just like cute little low-res geometric shapes that somebody strapped together back before like Blender 2. They're really cute. Also, this thing blasting behind the shuttle here is another vehicle called the Manticore that uses strapped together pieces of other cargo vessels as the main bulkhead and armor casing for its special ion array. Just a neat little piece of detail about in-universe stuff. Okay, so let's wander back over here. We got our little battalion. All these cute little ships. They're like the smallest vessel you can get short of a cargo pod? I don't know what they're actually called. Oh, it's a Federation Viper chasing us. Okay, so we're gonna sell just to make certain that we got the money. And let's take a look over here real quick. Medical, industrial, water, food, uranium alloy. Yeah, so this is the whole trade route, is just going back and forth without actually buying anything on Earth because they are so close. So it takes only a day to actually load the vehicles for in-game payment of the people that you end up hiring. And this will go a lot quicker once things start to scale up, but it is a scalar matter. Oh, there's one of those little cargo pods I was talking about. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, cargo drone. Okay. So we went from 40,000 to 60,000, roughly. We're just going to do this a couple more times, probably throw Afterburner onto the shuttle just so it can go a little bit faster, and then start swapping out these shuttles one at a time for the Pegasus. Which, honestly, the first one that we end up hiring is going to drastically overshadow all the shuttles initially. Okay. And it looks like we're only losing about, what, 300 credits per day? 78.5 to 110 hours. Holy cow. See, I'm not a completionist by any means. I don't necessarily want to 100% a game, but I do like finding neat stuff, so could probably cut that down a little bit, but I'm assuming that like there's a certain amount of like necessary grinding for storyline and all that as well. So that it might be something that I could get into as like an over the winter kind of situation. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out a way to bring back Ragnarok Online, and unfortunately my graphics card on this new laptop is too much for Ragnarok to figure out, and will no longer render. Can definitely cut the game down quite a bit. Okay. Wow. That's so much time. It's all good. I'm actually considering I've got my old laptop still that I used to stream from, and I want to say that I actually at one point did stream Ragnarok Online from that laptop 6 years ago, roughly. So I might actually hold that thing back up and see what happens. I just watched a moth jump into my lamp and start smoking. Poor moth. I can't help you. You're gone. Yep, that one sure does. I've seen moths do some, like, horrendous stuff to themselves, all for the sake of being closer to the light. They would make for an interesting, like, paladin in a D&D setting. Oh, I'm sitting here using Z, and I'm like, why is it not automatically retargeting towards the planet? It was the wrong button. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. About 20,000 profit per each run. We're gonna drop a shuttle. Release. Yeah, go chase that guy. I don't know what it was that you had a problem with one of them. Federation just constantly on my... Oh, that was a carrier that just came up. Okay. The money, it stacks. Takes a minute, though. There's a Leviathan. They use centripetal force to create artificial gravity for cheap. Okay, so let's hire an escort. Oh, wow. They got a bunch of star bridges. Interesting. So what's the cheapest? An 11,000. Oh, let's look at these guys. 10 tons for those. 7 tons for those. Gotcha. Okay. Well, now we're at a point where we're going to have to start paying attention to the total... What, is it pilot? Yeah. Expenses is 1,300 per day. That could easily mess me up, because if I lose an escort that's currently fully loaded with cargo, all that money's gone. They just take off with it because they didn't get paid their 1,000 credits or whatever for the day. Alright. See, what I should have done was, during my downtime today, gone through and done a little bit of grinding on this. What I will probably end up doing is exactly that later, but... How much can we carry right now? Okay. Especially if I want to go for one of the larger vehicles, but storyline-wise, we're going to have to eventually settle on something that's going to get us around. And you can do, obviously, you can just kind of go do various escort missions and pick up a bit of decent cash fairly quickly. But the exponential growth of the cargo runs is legitimately the fastest. It's just the least entertaining way to look at things. I'm the special kind of crazy that doesn't mind watching this. Also, this music is perfect for the kind of crazy I am. There are dogs barking out here with perfect percussion to the music. If it gets much more windy out here, I might actually have to go inside, but I am enjoying the general brooding atmosphere you've got going on out here. So there's a Pegasus, which is a retrofitted smaller cargo vessel made from one of the components of one of these Leviathans. I just love that, like, in universe, somebody's like, wow, this aging giant Starliner thing is a little bit much for everyday use. Let's find a way to still make use of the metal that's out there. It's already been engineered. Now that right there was a well-outfitted trade setup. Pegasus with a pair of terrapins and 2 Vipers on the sides for defense. We're almost at the point of being able to actually fill out the cargo hold here on this one ship. Let's take a look where we're actually at as far as finances, because we might be... Let's see here, 151,000. It's 300k for that Thunderhead. We're very close. In Elite, I will. I will. I guarantee that. A Valkyrie for cheap would be 350k. I could already afford an asteroid miner. Interesting. That would not be interesting to watch, though. I could also afford my own terrapin. Alright, we'll do a couple more back and forth with this terrapin. Yeah, release these. Released one. Because I could actually get the Viper and do this a lot faster. It could be if I run into certain... Let me land real quick. If I run into certain things. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. Whoop, so close. Yeah. Did my music end? My music ended. I forgot that I've got Barry. He's like, it's probably not that interesting to sit here and do trade stuff, and I just take him back and forth from Europa to Earth 1,000 times. Alright, so we're at 184,000 now. I want to take a look and see what our profit margin was, because we were 8 below and couldn't fill it out before. 30,000. We're making about 30,000 profit per each run. More than that, because we had to pay for an additional 8 luxury goods. Math. So fun, right? But here's where that actually does get fun. So if I'm making 30,000 per each one run, and we just made a lot more than that, then if I do this another, 6-7 times, then each run is going to be worth as much as one of those Viper vessels. Then I can start doing them faster. If you're into things like Cookie Clicker, then we're looking at exponential growth. Number go up. Let's see here. Stay done on that because our credit expenses are still only about 2,000 per day. Not bad. Ooh, things are blowing around. The lilacs, they smell so good. The moths aren't happy though. Big number, good. Chippity pie. Once. So close. So that was an additional 40, 50 luxury goods in that one run that I was able to get. It'd be nice if knocking out a terrapin actually yielded anything like the amount of cargo it can actually hold. If you do decide to attack and board a vessel, which that would be a very fun way to end up taking this whole run, because remember, we are on a roguelike right now. The second that I do screw up, we lose all this progress. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and buy... Oh, they don't have a cheap Viper yet. We'll wait until they have a cheap one. by the time I end up with something like the Mod Starbridge Class D, I'm usually having trouble turning around and landing in time because the acceleration is absurd on that vehicle. Nice. Maxed out. $373,000. Still no Fast Viper. Or not Fast Viper, but Cheap Viper. Might end up going for the Starbridge. Should also release. Cancel. Cancel. Come on. Release. 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 We don't need those now. Ooh, I just saw lightning on the horizon. When it gets to the point that we're trading entire ship's values worth of cargo, we can probably call it good. But I'm having a good time at the moment. Vibing to the music. Hire another one of these. Check the shipyard. No cheap Viper yet. Let's just buy the Viper anyways. The throne of Pup. Okay. And while we're at it, Afterburner. Wow, this ship does not have a lot of space on it. But she's very zippy. What's our current cost? 3,300 per day. Cool. Recharge. Well, too fast. We just made all the cost back of this vessel in that one trade. Well. Oh, not close enough. My mouse is in my way. There we go. Now we're going too fast. Is it Alt-S? Okay. Oh, then I need the mouse. Gotcha. A game that was designed for devices that had built-in touch mice, but not in any coherent way. Not in a way that makes sense. Because it was a single button. I hated those things. Whoop. Alt-B. Button. Wow. No, we started with 25,000. Now we're sitting on a good chunk of money. And we already have a new vehicle. This button. Okay, bar. Hire some escorts. Gone from doubling to much further than that. I will have to pay attention to, yeah, 6,600 credits per day. So it is possible to end up with the numbers not quite rounding out well with buying luxury goods in a way that you end up losing your cargo. Auto recharger. IFF decoder. Gravimetric sensors. Hey, Busta! We are finally playing EVNova. Although I'm playing it in a very gremlin manner because I have insider knowledge of where things are in the game, and I'm absolutely using them to my unfair advantage. So when you start this game out, they teach you a little bit about trade, and they kind of like throw you off the scent by putting you in different sectors, going different places to do trade. But what they don't tell you is that there's a perfectly good trade option just in the same system between Earth and Europa of buying cheap luxury goods, which aren't even cheap, they're medium cost, and selling them for very high on Earth because Earth. We just capped that out. We already, those 3 that we were hired, we already capped that out. And so we're having a little bit of fun, kind of trolling the economy, trading entirely too many luxury goods, like a corporation's quantity. Ooh, we got wind. Alright, if that gets any worse, like I said, we'll go inside. But right now, I am enjoying it. How much are we making per run here? It's looking like about 100,000. We just broke 1 million. So about 200,000. I'm going to go ahead and take a short break here, and we'll get set up back inside, and we'll continue this chaos, because it looks like we just about hit that point that I'm going to want for buying myself a new ship, because these star bridges run 650k for the fancy one, and we've got some leftover spending money afterwards, so that sounds like it'll be a good point to start the adventure. And we're sitting right about the 1 hour mark, so yeah, hey, I think I accidentally timed this kind of well. Alright folks, I'll be right back with you. Maybe a puppy just wanted to woo at the moonlight. But no. Storm clouds had another idea. Not that I really complain. We always need the rain here. Bit of a high desert. Just about set up. Give me just one more moment. Alright, I don't think it was necessary for the game to go like full hold music on you. Come on. Oh. Get ourselves resituated here. Hello, mouse. Ah, right. Turned you off. Okay. And move that back to where it needs to go. That is still complaining that I'm too close to the top. Go figure. Let's show... No, that works. Okay. So yeah, let's go through and take a look at some of these. I love how for each of the vehicles, there's usually a normal variant, a well cared for variant, and a badly cared for variant that'll usually be on half price or a discount of some sort, as well as having either invalid licensing or illegal licensing in a lot of cases. So don't want to get the Federation patrol boats chasing after you. You'll note just how often, with me as just a normal ship, not doing anything illegal, just trading luxury goods back and forth, they think that's They think that's suspicious, and so I keep getting scanned. It's really hard not to get scanned. You have to have a very fast ship and be constantly paying attention to avoid that in a lot of cases. And even then, that's not always enough. Sometimes they have advanced range scanners and they'll see what's going on in your cargo hold, or they'll see what's going on with your licensing and say, hey, something's not right. And then you've got an entire Federation carrier on your butt. Let's see. Well, that put me in a weird spot. That's not working. I see what happened. Okay. So, this shuttle looks like it was one of the original versions of the shuttle brought out all those centuries ago. The previous owner assures you that it still exists the day he bought it, but it looks like it's not that far from being consigned to the junk heap. Still, as you look over it, you notice there's nothing really wrong with it, but since all the systems look like they've been patched up that many times, there can be no way they perform quite as well as the day the ship rolled off the production line. On the plus side, it is very cheap. So looking at that, and then looking at the Starbridge. Starbridge is a relatively new concept in ship design, in a federation where ancient traditions are the rule. This vessel channels power straight from the thorium nuclear furnace into its large impulse drives, bypassing life support and even jump engines. Auxiliary power is then provided by turbines mounted behind the engines. This design provides very accurate control of thrust and great power in normal space. The single drawback is that the turbines must be very strong, pushing the price up by a large margin. Wait, why can't I buy these? Included. Require... Oh, I need to go buy the licensing. Okay, let's see what the licensing costs. I might have to do a couple more runs. Yeah, let's do another run. Wait a sec. Okay, yeah. Huh. Yeah, you have to buy licensing for nearly every one of those ships. I never quite paid attention to that because I usually end up doing it just out of habit. The income ratio on this is absurd. Holder of this license is able to purchase the following ships classed as capital ships by the Federation Security Council. Leviathan, Pegasus, Starliner, IDA Frigate also requires capital warships license. Federation Destroyer also requires capital warships and subject to military approval. Federation Carrier. Okay, so let's take a look at capital warships license. Federation Patrol Boat, Federation Destroyer, Federation Carrier. So, am I already covered? Can I just... Oh, I can just go buy a Starbridge now, although it's not available this time. Ah! Okay. Release one of those. There are certain keys that after all these years, I still don't quite remember which hotkey I'm supposed to use for things like deselecting a vehicle after it's already been selected. Now there's no Starbridge available. What happened? Exotic ships. It's pretty broad and it's a high cost, but let's get it. I should have looked to see if they had any better, larger trade vehicles. It's distracting. Moving on. That's the cheaper one. 600k for the normal one. It'll be 650 for the high price one. Okay, good to know. In the meantime, 250 tons versus 125 tons versus 95. Again, high initial price. Let's do it though. Ships just keep getting bigger. Also, at this point, having an IDA frigate is actually really nice because I don't have to worry about defense anymore. That is a very well outfitted ship. Nope. Check down here. Still technically don't need the capital ship. I think part of the reason I'm not seeing one of the ships that I'm looking for here in the escorts is that I need not a different license, but a storyline tag that hasn't happened yet. Well, i.e., you can become a shipping and freight specialist if you do enough trade missions. or if you just do enough trade. But since I've done no combat so far, I technically don't think I qualify? I'm not sure. At least at this point, we can actually do this comfortably. 400. Yeah, still no option for the Pegasus or the Leviathan. Could grab my own frigate, though. That would be entertaining. Still not there. Close, though. Also, may as well fill this out. Number go up! Did not expect things to go this direction, but hey, we're here. We're here now. What is our date? 45,000. Okay. Those costs starting to stack up, too. Hey, we're here. This one comes with its own gravimetric sensors, IFF, auto recharger, civilian infrared jammer, civilian radar jammer, 3 layers of carbon fiber, afterburner, 2 battery packs. Nice. Also comes with a medium blaster turret, light blaster turret, 4 medium blasters, radar missile launcher, 10 radar missiles. No solar panel. No reactor. It's $1 million for one of them. Rather than trying to chase further income and doing those upgrades, we've got a hell of a ship here. We'll call this good. We'll find out what it was that Barry wanted. Release all these escorts. Because, wow, they are expensive. Okay. He wants us to go to Rother. So let's go there. After he said we wouldn't have enough money. Oh. I need to pay attention to my income here real quick. Losing about 10k per day. So that will become a problem. I do have too many things hired. Or at least for a starting character with no combat history. Cheat codes? Nah, I don't know anything about that. Grinding, though. Grinding. You step out of your hatch after completing your post-flight routine, and you immediately start heading towards the Outfitters, only stopping when Barry calls after you. You go on ahead, young'un, he smiles warmly. I've been here more times than I can count, and you're starting to get the idea. When you're finished looking and dreaming about all the upgrades they have here, I'll be in the bar. Meet me there. You feel strangely lonely watching him as he walks towards the spaceport bar. I love how I've done nothing to change the story, but I've completely changed the context and flavor of the situation. Rother was the 3rd planet ever to be purchased outright, but the first to be purchased by a corporation rather than a government. Rother Power Industries maintains their primary research lab here, as well as their main office. As you can imagine, this is unbelievably convenient for their tax purposes. Rother also houses a small fleet of gas mining droid ships that mine the planet Rotherian Prime. Rother's share price is on constant display via laser holographic projection into the thin atmosphere. The font size in this is just a little bit small for me. It's very hard for me to read. You walk into the establishment a little nervously and look around uncertainly until you spot Barry having a drink up at the far end of the bar chatting to a man wearing dirty overalls. "Hey there, lass," Barry greets you jovially after the other guy stands up and leaves, smiling and nodding at you as he passes. "How things go with the outfitters?" You shrug, trying to look casual, and Barry chuckles. "You're getting the hang of starship captain business pretty quickly. Well, this is the spaceport bar. There's one in just about every port throughout the universe. A lot of backroom business comes through here, and you'll find a lot of people looking for a ship captain to help them will tend to come here. So it isn't a bad idea to drop into one every time you land. You can also check up on the news, and if you hire an escort to boost your profits on trade runs, this is the place to be. If you're into gambling, you can do that too, but myself personally, I've never put much stock in it. Let's face it, if the establishment wasn't making money from the gambling setup they have, they would be trying to get people to put their money into it. Anyway," he concludes, "I can't show you much more here. The more you visit, the more you'll learn, so instead of having you just ferrying me around the place, how about we get you into the combat stuff?" "Yeah, sure." "Okay then," he grins broadly. "You might have noticed the guy I was talking to when I walked in. Well, he's a local scrap merchant. He buys ships that have been all but destroyed and pulls them apart and sells everything he can. I paid him to leave a small derelict Viper in orbit so you can use it as target practice. So why don't you head up there?" He smiles, slapping you on the shoulder. "And have a bit of fun. Once again, if you haven't changed configurations, okay, yeah. If you want to, you could try boarding the disabled Viper in orbit. Just come to a full stop over the top of it, and if you haven't changed... okay. When you're done, head down to Viking in the Tykel system, and I can almost guarantee we'll see a little bit of serious combat action going on. Be prepared to keep out of the way." Huh. I think he just hinted at the fact that if I were to do this tutorial, there's a chance I could just steal the Viper. These are some of the really, really nice upgrades that you can get for your ship. Port polish, extra acceleration for your engines. Vectored thrust allows for better turning ratio. Actually shows the Starbridge engine mount on the top. Wow, that fission reactor is 1/10 the cost it's supposed to be. Concerning. Ooh, light cannons. When they were developing the Lightning Heavy Fighter, Rother discovered that the traditional light blaster just didn't suit the ship's basic loadout. So they went away and tinkered with the design somewhat, and they came up with a weapon they called the light cannon. It isn't quite as powerful as a light blaster, but it fires faster, its shots reach a little further, and it takes up a little less space as well. Now this is nice. Light cannons are not easy to come by, but I did already come equipped with blasters, medium blasters, so I guess we'll go with those. Interesting. Okay, so what if we're just going to release a bunch of these. I really didn't need to have a bunch of escorts. Okay, I just accidentally set my crew, my wingmen, to defend. Okay, so I could steal energy from this. Could not board it, though. Wow, I forgot the guns on this were pretty intense. Okay. And then we're heading to Tykel. Got it. Oh, I should have gone for the fight that was happening here. Oh well. There's a jump gate there that's considered hostile to me. I wonder why. This thing can jump so far. Okay. Sounds like there's a fight going on. Let's see what's up. Federation destroyer against a Auroran carrier. Look like an entire Federation fleet now. Oh wow, yeah. An entire Federation fleet. Those missile destroyers. And a carrier. And a Velos. That is a hell of a fight going on. Your ears are still ringing from the firepower you just witnessed on the way in. That's the reality of the frontline bases between the Federation and the Auroran Empire, Barry grimaces. It's been this bad or worse for as long as I've been traveling the spaceways. It's one of the systems where they clash. You see, south of the system, you're in Auroran space, and they are completely different people to us Federation folk. I don't completely buy into the propaganda you hear about them from the government, but they're definitely savage. Oh no. They seem to delight in battle, and they seem to spend at least as much time fighting amongst themselves as they do fighting it against us up here in the Federation. I personally haven't spent much time in Auroran space. I don't like the attitude I got from their warriors. They treated me like I was a second-class citizen because I wasn't one of them. Still, if you deal fair with them, they seem to be prepared to deal fairly in return. Some distance to the east is the Cania system, he continues quietly. You then have the Polaris. Don't know much about them, but then nobody does. They don't seem to want to mix with us, and they seem hell-bent on not allowing us to mix with them. And let's face it, when they're centuries ahead of us technologically, if they want to be left alone, then I'm all for leaving them alone. It saves everyone a whole bucket load of hassles. To the north, things get a little unstable. You'll only meet pirates up there, though recently I've heard rumors about a new group that takes up residence, but I have no idea who they are. While I'm on the subject of pirates, watch for those damn marauders. While most pirates are affiliated with the Associated Guild of Free Traders, the marauders are beholden to no one. They'll attack you from anywhere at any time. The only good thing about them is that they're disliked by just about everybody, including other pirates, so you'll rarely be without help when fighting them. Anyway, enough of the geography and political lessons already. I've just about reached the end of my tether on how much information I can pass on to you. It won't be long before you know as much as I can teach you and you're ready to head out on your own. Still, how about we drop by the shipyard to take a look on what's to offer? Let's face it, ships can only be upgraded so far, and after a while, every pilot wants to get a hold of a better and more capable ship. Before long, you'll be dead sick of the ship you're currently flying around in, and when you do, you'll want to drop into the shipyards to see what's available. Drop in and we'll see and I'll explain some of it to you. This here's the shipyard, comments Barry. It doesn't get as much foot traffic as the outfitters. Most ship captains wish they could spend their money here more often. On the surface, it looks simple. If you want a better ship, you go and buy it, but it isn't always so straightforward. Okay, so yeah, this is just thanks to the rules. I'm looking for lore, buddy. Okay, cool. What I will point out here is that you'll see there are pirate-made vessels and specialized vessels out here, including the Pirate Starbridge. Stealthy. The Starbridge, commonly in pirate service, is relatively untethered or unaltered from its base design. There are a few reasons for this, but the primary one is the Starbridge makes an excellent pirate ship as it is. Interesting. Also, a good many privateers were consulted about the vessel's design during the planning stage, and they feel their comments here have in some way helped shape the graceful keel. Most Starbridges used by pirates haven't had their engines tweaked much, but they do have more powerful guns than normal. I'm kind of curious here. 2 light blasters, 2 medium blasters, and a radar launcher. What is better than... Because that's not any better than what I ended up with. The Manticore is the most terrifying vessel that pirates have ever used. This is the one that has the built-in ion array, and I absolutely love it. It can freeze and lock down your ship, making it so you can't even turn to fight back. Let's see... Jeez. Just an entire flotilla of ships out there. Okay. Drifting absently in space. Let's go ahead and make our way back to Earth. Almost before you land, you're going through the post-flight routine without thinking, and Barry nods approvingly. Here, give me just 1 second. I tried to eat a jelly bean. Then I started drooling. Then I realized I had to read, so those things don't mix. It's just about time for me to head off home, he says. But I want to do it in a way that shows you how to get a hold of the most common missions around. I've been in contact with the relevant authorities, and I want you to check on the local mission BBS. It should be obvious what I'm talking about. To TheSandWife, from Barry Fletcher. Very Toot and Roman. As you know, I'm looking for passages in Roman in the Journey's End system. I thought I would do it in a way that would show you how the mission BBS works. As soon as you accept Barry's mission, an audio clipping starts playing. I'm glad to see you are prepared to take me on for one more journey, the recording says. You can tell by the tone of his gravelly voice that he was smiling. I thought you might be sick of me by now. Anyways, I've pretty much passed on to you just about everything. Okay, cool. Yes, let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm done with this little journey with you, buddy. Let's go. Let's get you home. I am a space pirate waiting to happen, and you are far too nice to be on my ship. I just remembered that caps lock actually does a thing in this game. Speeds up the entire game. After completing your post-flight routine, you stand by the hatch to say your final goodbye to the man who's done so much for you. Ah, you're a good kid, and I think you'll grow into a fine ship's captain. Just try to stay out of too much trouble, and try to remember some of the things I said. Maybe one day we'll meet again. Maybe one day when you're ready to give it all away, you'll meet some young up-and-comer who needs a bit of a helping hand. I wish you well, lass, he says, trying not to show his emotion as he shakes your hand. I'm sure you'll do fine. And with that, he turns and leaves, soon disappearing into the spaceport, leaving you feeling a little lonely, but more than a little proud. After all, in the judgment of an experienced spacer, you've now reached the stage where you're ready to take on the role of ship captain all alone. Still, you'll miss the kind old man. Tutorial over! It's done! We don't have to do that anymore. We are going to bounce around the shipyard and outfitter to see if there's anything worth looking at here. I could have done a luxury goods run here too. This is one of those things that it hints at the entire time that there's some places it's not always going to be very high. You're sitting quietly enjoying a cold drink, when the man beside you turns and starts up a conversation. The space chick lifestyle is a very lonely one, with moments between seeing old friends, and you're more than happy to chat a little while with him. Turns out he's an Auroran living in Federation space. When he told you, you looked at him almost somewhat skeptically, but once he explained that he was watched by the government very quickly and had to log all his travel and movements, you see this might be possible. Chirengo has been living in Federation space since his house cast him out. Your limited knowledge of the Auroran lifestyle gives you enough of an idea not to question him further. These things are always a matter of honor and are best left alone. During the course of the night, it becomes apparent that Chirengo is something of an entrepreneur, and is organized for a number of Federation citizens to go to Hourglass and hunt the dreaded Kunjo. It has a number of expatriate Auroran warriors to act as guides, and enough weapons to destroy a small Federation battle group. He's run a number of successful hunts, but has run into a snag. His regular pilot was killed when a Kunjo ripped him to pieces, so now he has a party ready to leave, but no one to get them there. Suddenly a light comes to his eyes, and you can all but see a light bulb appear next to him. Say, he asks, what are you doing tomorrow? Do you feel up to ferrying us to Hourglass and dropping us back at Earth? It won't be too dangerous. The Kunjos aren't mating at the moment. You look at him in a mixture of disbelief. You've never seen a Kunjo, but you don't really want to. Chirengo sees your expression, smiles, and leans closer. There's big money in this. If you do it for me, I'll always be in your debt. And I'll pay you 75K. You won't have to go on the surface for very long, and you won't even have to leave your ship. Even in mating season, Kunjo can't tear through metal. What do you say? Yes? You stick out your hand and Chiringo grasps it. I really should be getting everything organized. I'll meet you there at your ship tomorrow. I'll have my team with me and 4 clients, 3 of which are public servants who are out for a thrill, and 1 who's a much more serious hunter. We'll probably stay on Hourglass for a few days, depending on how the hunt goes, and when we return to Earth when we're finished. Okay. Special as passengers. This very upper-class bar is for very rich and high-ranking officers of the Federation Navy. You quickly learn that the service and drinks are of excellent quality, but the prices here are heavily inflated. Ugh, love it. Okay. Local real estate agent promises cheap, good value land deals. The developer's dream, he proclaims. News from the Auroran Federation border. An Auroran task force has come from neutral territory and raided Federation shipping in the Corella system. Federation forces there are trying to contain them. Let's gamble. Who wins? Ooh. Huh. I guess it was blue, but it looked like red got past them. Oh well. Alright. Neat. Nothing else here I really want or need. Let's move on. What is going on? Who? Why? Also, that is a hell of a set of jumps. Yeah, what's going on here? Okay. Wait. Q? R. R? E? No. Nope, not that either. Why is chat CXZ? Whoa, what are you doing? No, no, no. What do you... Huh? Defend. Is V hold position? Oh, I didn't know that. And is nav system off? Okay. Eventually I will remember how to scan all the... I think it might be tilde. All the ships in the system. Yep, it's tilde. Okay. Hey, there's a Class C mod Starbridge. That's the one that has the extra wingtips. Nope, enter ship. N is nav system off. Oh, I'm not even the right system yet. Well, that would make a difference. We want to go to Hourglass. More Starbridges everywhere. Chirango has just spent an hour guiding you to a well-used landing site. All around there's a dense forest, and the undergrowth is just starting to cover a huge number of deep craters. You set down and the sensors are going wild. As soon as you do, Chirango and his team leap out of the hatch, brandishing their weapons with gusto. Behind them come the clients, 3 of them looking like they should be wearing brown underpants, and the 4th eyeing the undergrowth intently. You cycle the hatch closed and watch. A Kunjo suddenly breaks from the undergrowth, flying through the air to attack one of Chirango's men. At least it would have if a rocket hadn't plowed into his chest just before detonating the beast into a rapidly expanding pink vapor cloud. The public servants leap to the ground, pointing their weapons in every direction at once. Chirango lays about with a continuous laser, and in the space of a few minutes the clearing you landed in is about 3 times the size. His men set up mines and sentry lasers, and the camp takes shape. You stayed on Hourglass for 4 days. The public servants never fired their weapons, but still had some very manly hollow shots taken with the killed Kunjos. The 4th client made some kills on his own, but they all looked on in disbelief when Chirango and the guides explained that in the Auroran Empire, warriors hunt Kunjo with hand-to-hand weapons. All too soon, you've packed up and you're heading home. Now this is neat because, much like in Sunless Sea, the story bits that can occur have different potential outcomes. And in this case, we had the one where the captain decided to just close her ship door and let things happen. There are other situations sometimes where she'll decide to actually go out there as well with her own weapon. Alright. Let's see. Looks like we can land on Greenwich. Can we recharge there? Yes, we can. Good. We'll grab a map of the local area. Nothing of interest to hire here. And 11 tons of metal to Trishka in Misfire. Viking and Tykel. Actually, you know what? That wouldn't be too bad because we can stop at Earth along the way. So we'll go there. 15,000 credits, though. Yeah, the 75,000 that Tarengo offered is quite a bit. Okay, let's continue out of here. Well, Tarengo smiles. Here's your pay. He hands you a chip and you both watch the men unload the equipment. The clients are meeting their families and friends, showing them their staged hollows and waving their arms around, miming the awesome shots that killed the dread beasts. Only the fourth client has any claim on the events he's describing, and you and Tarengo laugh quietly to yourselves. Only a few short hours later, all the equipment is unloaded, and Tarengo bids you goodbye. You don't think you'll ever go Kunjo hunting again, but at least you can say you've done it. Nobody at the shipyard, nobody at the outfitter. A sensor boost wouldn't be bad. Throughout the galaxies, there are navigational hazards that affect your sensors, and the only problem with increasing power to your sensors is that any more power would start creating EM fields which would render the sensors useless. Federation scientists on Menon recently found a new commercially viable way to increasing the shielding on solid-state electronics, which allows for more powerful sensors that do not interfere with their own operation. Yeah, that's fine and all, but I actually don't need... I don't actually know what having better sensors does in this game. It doesn't make it easier to see missiles or anything. I can already see them. The bar has nothing. What about the mission BBS? Nope. Okay, moving on. A group of dock workers unloads the shipment of luxury goods from your cargo bay. Luxury goods. Doing missions for luxury goods. For 15,000 credits. Interesting, that. A marine platoon. The leader of these hardworking men tells you that he's capable of increasing your chances of capturing any vessel enormously. And we don't need continuous cash flow, he explains in his deep voice as his men watch on with casual alertness. We have all the equipment we need, and we take small amounts of profit by foraging on every ship we board. That's interesting. Where's this one going? Way up there. This is a way for me to slowly pick up the surrounding maps, though, for things, so it's not the worst. This one takes me to Trishka. Sirius 2. Yeah, let's go to Sirius 2. Billy music time. Oh. Passengers exit your ship after paying the agreed-upon fee. Sirius 2 came off second best in the cosmic game of life and never developed an atmosphere capable of stopping enough radiation to allow life to begin. It does, however, contain many lanthanides and actinides in its crust, and has been heavily strip mined since its discovery. Life is harsh here, and the fatality rate for miners is very high. Death usually comes from radiation exposure, or exposure to the unstable heavy metals mined here. The Grimhua maintain a monastery here on Sirius 2, where they dare the elements in harsh self-imposed penance, or as a test of faith for initiates. Other than the monks who are called here by faith, or the miners who are called here by money, nobody comes here by choice. Sirius 2 also serves as a processing plant for the shells of the monkdillo. The monks, after whom the animal is named, lovingly extract the shells from the monkdillos after molting season, similar to sheep shearing on old Earth. What? There are no ships available here for hire. There's no outfitter here either. Where is title? In the con system? Oh. Okay. And then Tau Prime on Tau Ceti. Let's do that. Luxury goods medium here. Interesting. Okay. And what we're looking for right now is basically a chance to have an interaction that takes us somewhere interesting. Here's the outfitter. All the monkdillos that have been taken for scientific study somehow end up here. The walls seem to be coated with monkdillo shells. The barman tells you it's for your own good, least you get radiation poisoning. Both Sirius Prime and its binary partner Sirius 2 orbit the quaternary star system Sirius. As a result of exposure to differing levels of radiation of various wavelengths depending on the positions of the suns, Sirius Prime has developed life forms that are very heavily duty radiation shielding as part of their armored carapaces. The Syrian Monkdillo, for example, has a greater ability to block theta radiation than the whole armor of a Federation destroyer. Some of the Federation's best minds have been studying Monkdillo and its fellow inhabitants for many years, but have yet to unlock the secrets of their shielding methods. To Goliath? No? To Sky? That's Formalhaut, right? Nah. No. What does W even do? This is before WASD controls as well. I will note that some of the times that you're seeing me struggle in-game here with the control schemes, it's because I'm trying to use more modern controls, i.e. Sunless Sea, because we were just playing that. Tau Prime? Okay. Tau Prime is probably best known for its sentient marine mammals. Called nup-nups in their own tongue, they have never progressed beyond simple tool use, but they will continue to be allowed to progress at their own rate under the watchful eye of the Federation's Scientific Corps. The primary task of the Corps is to observe, not intervene. The nup-nup life cycle, coupled with their mating for life, has kept the nup-nup population fairly small. While not usually aggressive, during mating season they can be territorial. Base personnel are advised to swim between the flags during those periods. The Stuffed Nup Nup, as the bar is named, is a place for scientists who live and work here to sit and relax between field trips. Rumor has it these people know about the black market in stuffed Nup Nups, and which are very valuable amongst the rich as trophies. It's terrible! Wait. Do I just... You can just get those here at the Trade Center. Zibco, Port Kane. Would be nice to go back to Port Kane. Space Dock 4, Nezra Primus is another good spot. Not going to Greenwich. Yeah, let's go to Nezra Primus. There's some interesting stuff that we could run into up there. What I'm hoping for is it will actually end up with some form of mission tag that will actually send us off on one of the various vectors this game can take. According to myth, when President Nezra retired from public life, he settled on the first planet colonized under his administration, New Babylon, located in the Nezra Primus system. New Babylon has always been the home of the Federation elite. Nezra himself was the exception to the New Babylonian rule, living in modest surroundings after his term of office, and people today still take pride in living on the same planet where the greatest hero of the Colonial Council ended his days. There are any number of hawkers and street guides who will tell you their theories about his assassination, or show you the location of his grave, but most are obviously implausible. The real location of his final resting place has been lost in the growth of 700 years of civilization. Buy a map of the local area. This bar claims to have been the final drinking place of former Colonial Council President Nezra. His portrait hangs with sartorial elegance over the bar, and if you are prepared to listen long enough, the barman will tell you at length his theory on how he died, which involves Auroran spies, poison, and a pint of Nebos beer. Good evening, Dan. How you doing, hun? What? Aww. Did you at least have some good sleep? Let's see here. Check the mission BBS. Misfire and Trishka. Nah. Goliath. South Manchester. Nah, we're good. Trade Center. Sell those. Space Dock 4 is the gateway to New Babylon. Most passenger ferries destined for Nezra Primus system dock here instead of the blue-green planet below. Interorbital shuttles and cargo drone account for 90% of the traffic to and from Space Dock 4 and New Babylon, and merchants usually have their head offices here rather than groundside. The spaceport itself is very well maintained, but is obviously an old station, one of the first Federation style to be built. Regularly upgraded, it performs a vital role in housing the military barracks for the sectors, supplying patrols from the outlying systems in an attempt to weed out pirates and rebel insurgents. Interesting that they mention rebels out here. This bar is dedicated to a little-known action star in the 20th century, which was nearly 2 millennia ago. The mere act of ordering a beer elicits the series of bizarre squawks and somersaults from any of the bar staff, a multitude of bottles which are switched at brain-numbing speeds before being poured into your glass. Welcome to Jackie's. Yes, it was good. Aww. Having a chill night. It's been a little chaotic, but we're finally playing Escape Velocity Nova, the game that I have been talking about the entire time I've been streaming every other space game. This one is a tell 'em up, as you can see. A lot of reading, a lot of story of in-world lore, and stuff that just kind of builds out the feeling of this is a lived-in, breathing space with people that are actually here. And a lot of randomized interaction that occurs when you drop in places and based on what you do. So right now, we actually started a run tonight. Took about 45 minutes to just putz around over between Earth and Europa and trading luxury goods, which made us rich enough that we were able to afford a small warship, which we're now using to just kind of take a tour around the surrounding Federation systems and fill out the map. And hopefully we'll pick up a storyline soon here. I've been waiting for any of the times that we drop in a bar for it to pick up something interesting. And so far we've had a couple hits. Our captain went on a hunt at one of the less well-populated planets that has some sort of apex predator on it. Alright, Space Dock 2 in the Tykel system. Serenity, not interested. Thrain and Gefjon. And Snowmelt in Formalhaut. Do this, do this. And I don't want to try and connect those right now. But going to Thrain and Thror later for Gefjon wouldn't be too bad. Some of these sectors, no record. Port Menin, can't actually go there. Like Naka. Naka is an uninhabited system. There are no planets. There's nowhere to charge your ship. If you run out of energy and you don't have solar panels, You're at the mercy of everybody else out there, and most of everybody else consists of pirates. Happens to be a really good spot to actually work on your combat capability in the game, or in this case, combat rating, since I already know how to fight in this, and my ship is very, very well outfitted for it. Well, yeah, we're going to skip those other two for now. We're also still hemorrhaging 5,000 credits per day. I'm glad that the people working for me are well fed, I suppose. Alright, so we're landing on Snowmelt. Group of dock workers unloads shipment of luxury goods. Everybody else is willing to pay me to ship luxury goods, but I make so much more doing it myself. Like, it pays for the gas money to go from system to system, and that's about it. Like, I'm just floating around 450,000 and not gaining anything. As you step out of your hatch, you're approached by a woman wearing a blue-black uniform. You're the Sandwife, captain of the feral housewife, she asks quietly, and you nod, curious. I'm Samantha Varana, and I'm a representative for the courier company, United Shipping. We specialize in moving around small valuable cargoes like jewelry, business papers, and contracts, etc. We've recently been on the lookout for new pilots who'd be willing to work for us. Are you interested? Now this right here is one of the storylines you can end up with. This could actually lead a few different directions, and I'm kind of curious as to where the game's going to end up taking us. So we'll say yes. This will also unlock access to some of the other freight options, where if I want to spend some time grinding, and I probably will off-stream, I will end up hiring some much, much larger cargo vessels and just kind of breaking the income limit. Excellent, she exclaims, smiling widely. Well, as it happens, we need someone to head over to Georgia and the Nezra Prime system to pick up 2 tons of personal effects for a client on Sirius Prime in the Sirius system. This particular mission has no real deadline, which is slightly unusual as most of our clients want their merchandise delivered by a set time. Anyway, another United Shipping representative will meet you at the other end and brief you further on what to do next. I'm sure I'll see you around in the future. With that, she gets up, shakes your hand, and leaves. Alright. Very nice. No ships available for hire. Actually, let's read the news. Looking for a meal? A good drop? Interesting company for or a live band? The Spaceport Bar has it all. I am getting tongue-tied. News from the Auroran Federation border. In response to Auroran raids, Federation ships have raided into neutral territory and attacked Auroran shipping in the SPC-034 system. Are you kidding me? That's like... Again, insider information, but like, that's... Auroran space is way over here through like over here. The fact that they decided to go outside Corella, outside Narcissus, to SPC-034, and attack a random ship... Something else is happening. There's something else that they're not talking about. The Federation has some shady stuff going on. Argon, Port Kane. We do want to go to Port Kane. And to Mayrim. We also need to go to Nezra Primus. Alright. We will go to Port Kane, finish out these other 2 missions, and then head to Nezra Primus. Also, I think my music just died. Yep. Okay. I did not expect to ever have to actually run through the entire No Thoughts Head Empty playlist while doing this, but the fact that this game has no music, I actually am going to have to look for some royalty-free space music for this. Okay. Passengers exit your ship. Good to know. Still interested in that sensor boost. Bloodstone. No notice. Notas. Oh, that's way out there. And New England. It's New Babylon and Georgia. Okay, just nothing there. I am out of here. That is a fight I do not want to be involved with. Group of dock workers. Named for the legendary woman behind the design of the Hypergate system, Omada Kane, Port Kane was the hub of all traffic to the galactic west of the old Colonial Council. The Polaris now control much of the area to the east of the Federation that used to be in the hands of the Colonial Council due to the slow withdrawal of the Council into the core worlds during the collapse. Port Kane now occupies the final intersection between Auroran Empire, the Polaris, and the Federation, but little trade and diplomacy is conducted between these three governments usually occurs here. Port Kane also holds a dubious distinction of being the furthest primary system from the Federation core worlds. It is something of a backwater, but it's cosmopolitan enough to have a good port service, full of decent outfitters. It's also the gateway to many specialist transactions if you know where to look. Right, I need to turn this down just slightly. No! Alright, we're gonna try alternative options here. That is much louder than it should be. There we go. If it's louder than me talking, that's just too much. We have a map while we're here. Opens up the area around us quite a bit. Mission BBS, Trishka to Misfire. Yeah. Space Dock 4. In Nezra Primus. We're doing that one. Tau Prime. No. Guinea. Also no. Trade Center. Low on equipment. Lower on food, but very, very low price margin. Luxury goods at medium, though. I don't need that. I don't need that. Wait, what? What? What just happened? I mean, my shields took no damage, but who attacked me and why? I'm out of here. Also, love the red alert klaxon. Outfitter here. Grab another map. I could have done luxury goods here. That's funny. Passengers exit your ship after paying the agreed upon fee. Good. Am I supposed to get on Georgia? It was on Georgia. Oh, okay. Upon landing, you head over to the dockmaster's office to inquire if the package you're supposed to be picking up is available. He directs you to the delivery's office and you quickly find your package and hand it over. Georgia was settled quite early in the first great expansion of the Colonial Council. The people who came here were mainly sponsored by the now ancient Russian Federation, a constitutional construct in this stage, but one much loved by the people within its borders. Wow. Wow. I mean, yeah, they named it Georgia, but wow. Some of the stuff that they threw into the flavor text here. Come on. Okay, where are we heading off to? Sirius Prime? Las Vegas. Let's see. Alright. What we will do from here is land for this next part of the shipping runs. And probably go on a short break here. And I think I'll leave it up to you folks as to whether we're going to continue doing EVNova for the rest of the night, or if we want to do something else for a moment. Okay, so it wasn't here. It was here. You're met by a man wearing the same blue-black uniform that Samantha had been wearing. My name is Sean Clark, he introduces himself as he shakes your hand. Welcome to United Shipping. I take it you have the package? You nod and begin unloading the cargo with the aid of nearby dock workers. Well done, he compliments you when you're finished. I'll take this one for you, but in the future all deliveries will be taken to the deliveries office and the staff here will notify the intended recipient for the arrival of their package. We've given you access to accept United Shipping missions through the mission BBS. Obviously some missions will be more valuable than others, but I'm sure you'll notice as time goes on. We've now logged you as an official UN shipping courier, so if you're ever in need of assistance, you can call on the aid of nearby UN shipping ships, and they will offer their aid. We make sure we look after our own because precious few others are prepared to look after us. Speaking of looking after our own, I've offered a transfer of 10,000 credits into your account. In the future, they will automatically be forwarded to you upon the completion of a delivery. I wish you luck, Captain. I'm sure we'll see each other again in the future. We are now down 50,000 credits from just the cost of the hired folks that I've been keeping as wingmen. I think we're going to have to actually fire them until we've got better income going. Oh wow. I'm not going to do this mission because it is very dangerous and I continuously get attacked during it and I'm not quite ready for that. So I'll say no. Oh, yeah, no. I'm not going to read that. Don't want to read about my captain being a jerk because the person that wrote this is old-fashioned in the bad way. We'll just say that. Mission BBS. Now here's what we're talking about. 50,000 credits per mission. And you just need a fast ship, which I happen to have. By December 19th, it's currently November 24th. Outcast in the Arl system. This is also part of the reason that having the extra maps is an important thing. We'll accept this one. Where's this one going to? Arcanar? Desert Secundus? Arcanar. Wait, 2 of them for Arcanar? Real and Port Rila, and Vegas in Vega. Hey, Ryan Gosling. Gotta squish those orbs. Wolf 359. I definitely don't want to be there. Okay. Well, we took on a shipping mission. We will set this for now. I'm going to switch this over to be right back. And we'll also toss a vote up. New poll. Whoa, turn off caps lock for a sec. Okay. All right. I will see you folks in just a moment. Alright, so looks like votes are coming in. Oh, you're good, hon. Yeah, looks like new game from previous votes. So looking at our community votes, we've done Sunless Sea recently, and most of our runs on that usually take at least 1 to 2 hours to do anything on. Same kind of goes for Sid Meier's Starships. That one's something that I think we're in the process of playing at least a few turns at a time, but it's basically a Sid Meier's game. Just any other Sid Meier's game. So yeah, let's do some FTL. I tend to explode fairly often in FTL. Okay. You know what? Here. Be right back. It sounds like I'm hearing my own microphone giving wind feedback, but I'm actually not doing anything to play that. It's Sirius Prime. They have background audio. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. Alright. We will quit Nova. Go back over here to OBS. Switch over to this. Switch this for a sec. And FTL, where are you? There you are. Come back here. Well, ooh, we're back. Well, you turn off the no thoughts had empty music. Because holy cow, listening to that for the last like 2 hours, that's definitely doing something to my brain. Yeesh. Okay. Make certain we got camera set up in a way that doesn't look completely bonkers. Yeah, that seems decent. And we'll do a new game. Still working on trying to get a full arsenal run and a tough little ship run. Oh, Steam overlay, could you go away, please? Thank you. Jeez. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. Reject their offer. Too bad. You'll regret this decision. I'm certain. Got their shields. Hold burst laser. Let that charge. Auto fire things. Disable the medical bay. Improve thrusters. And fire. You've clearly bested us. We merely request our lives. You know, I never take mercy. That's a thing that just in this game I tend to be fairly merciless. I still don't really want to. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. They didn't actually give me anything much more substantial than what I would have got from accepting their offer. Maybe I should start doing that. I would have at least gotten an additional missile back. The distress beacon is coming from a civilian ship. It appears it's being chased by a pirate. Well, let's aid them. You power up weapons and engage the pirate ship. Oh, jeez. Missile directly to the captain. Tell the captain to go back and get healing. Okay. Ship breaks apart. You hasten to contact the civilian ship. The sector's become increasingly dangerous for friends of the Federation. I think my crew can patch up some of your hull damages, thanks. Well, that's nice of them. Oh, I need to change the stream information. One sec. Space combat. Not quite top down. Fairly close. Turn-based. Strategy. Done. Cool. Scanners are showing intelligent life forms on a nearby planet. No match for them can be found in the database. Investigate! You land a small shuttle in an enormous field whose only occupants are small, brightly colored, six-legged horse-like animals. Could they be what your scans picked up? Try to communicate peacefully. You try to communicate in every possible way you can, but they just stand there silently judging you with their large, expressionless eyes. You prepare to leave. Wow. Okay. Can this jump? No! Oh, no. Yeah, that's fine and all, but this is going to be a problem. I don't think we can actually jump laterally to the side where I'm wanting to. You get a frantic message. Take everything we have, just don't kill us. Accept their offer. Yeah, we don't have the means to actually... Oh, this is... going to suck. Okay, we're still ahead of the fleet, just barely. You arrive at what appears to be a colonized moon. However, scans show it's been abandoned. You also detect an abandoned space station near the beacon. Move in to examine the station. As you approach, it becomes clear that the station is simply an empty shell. It's been stripped of useful materials long ago. Dang it. Alright, well... One step ahead of the rebels. Oh no. An automated rebel ship, impervious to the heat, decides to be a complete jerk. And it's not going to matter that everything's on fire on that ship. Yeah. Oh. Shields critical. Air leaking. Fire incoming. The ship explodes. And so do we. Oh no. Alright, get out of there, buddy. You can't help that. All the fire I could ever want in one place. More fire. More. All the fire, all the holes in my hole. Wow, just one last insult to injury. Okay. Close the doors. We still have to jump out of here. We still have to hope that the next jump isn't just going... The scans reveal a mining base on a nearby planet, long since abandoned. No life signs detected. Good. We're gonna sit here for a sec. Oh right, there's a hole in the hole. Terrible. Quite terrible. Alright. Maybe the store will have something useful. There's only one other ship at this beacon, and it's showing heavy damage. You receive a message on your console. Greetings, traveler. We were crippled by a band of pirates and are now forced to sell our remaining valuable equipment to acquire necessary supplies to get home. That's very specific and verbose. Oh, I could get a heavy laser. That would be pretty nice. Leaves a false signal at sector start to delay rebels one jump. That's very powerful. Now, the outcome we're going for here is to have the maximum number of systems installed capable. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to skimp on certain things. But I also am going to need damage output. We're down to 4 missiles. The Artemis isn't going to be very good for very long, and as soon as we run out of missiles... In fact, having just an opening volley with the Artemis is not a bad way to start combat, and then switching over to the Heavy Laser Mark 1. Oh, no. Okay. Well... You detect a rebel automated ship nearby. It does not engage and seems to be patrolling a long-range sensor station. Attack the automated ship to get to the sensor station. Laser. Just in time. That thing would have hit a second time. Okay. Wow, that just keeps missing. You've accessed the recent scans of the unguarded station. Your map has been updated with details of the surrounding area. That doesn't really help me any, does it? Warning, possible ship detected. Great! Such handy information. You find a space station set up for travelers. Browsing through its listings, you find a tavern full of mercenaries for hire. Aw, 25! 25! No! Oh, come on! Alright. Next sector. Civilian sector. Maybe we'll find something useful. Welcome to a new sector. Get to the exit beacon and jump to the next sector before the pursuing rebels catch you. The colors, Duke, the colors. Shop Your Way Rewards members, do we have a deal for you? This beacon's been placed too close to a supergiant Class M star. The ship will gradually overheat until you get out of here or die. A pirate, completely oblivious to the danger of the sun, moves in to engage. Oh no. Let's see. We don't want to waste an Artemis shot on this. We'll use the heavy laser. And we'll just aim for their... Yeah. Because this is going to take a sec no matter what. Did my mouse just die? No, it did. Okay. That presents a new problem for me. I'm not... Okay. It's gonna be one of those kinds of nights. Shields down. Shields on fire. Doors on fire. Back of ship on fire. Can't unlock doors. Can't unlock doors. Yeah. Hey, you folks. Should probably run over here. Just saying. Oh, hey, mind control. Good. That's really good for you. I hope you benefit from that, dear friend. With the crew dead, you're able to take the fuel out of storage. You also take all the scrap you can manage. I didn't destroy the ship. They just burned to death? They just burned to death. Huh. Interesting. We're out of here. I don't care that we're on fire. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Shall we respond? Your ship seems reasonably equipped. A freighter carrying a shipment of my goods is a week late. The fools flew through a pirate-filled sector in their haste, and I fear for the cargo's safety. I'm looking for a less incompetent captain to investigate. Well, have I got a deal for you? We're really burning up inside to perform well. Well, at least you're confident for what little that's worth. Here's their last known location. Add a quest marker to your map. Oh no. This is so bad. Okay. That handles that. Open up all the doors again. Have these folks go... I'm doing this by touchpad, mind you. Have these folks do repairs. You arrive at the last known location of the merchant's delivery. You begin to scan for the lost ship. You find the remains of the ship. It seems to have severe external damage, but you cannot pinpoint a cause. The majority of its cargo seems intact. You manage to discern the ship's intended destination. Take the cargo and head to its original destination in search of a reward? Yes. Added a quest marker to your map. Alright. Let's put some more power on this ship. Like, for shields and stuff. Distress and quest. Interesting. Let's hit that distress beacon first. You arrive to find a ship floating around some debris. Hello, our impulse drives are shot and we can't jump. Could you give us some fuel? You give them the fuel. Thank you so much. We don't have much to offer, but have a look at the sector scans we took. Your map is updated. You find the station that ordered your cargo. You drop it off when they respond. Ignoring the fact that this is days late, we really appreciate you delivered our materials. We realize how dangerous the sector is these days. Take this as payment. Combat Drone Mark 1. Very nice. Now if I pick up drone control, I'll already have a basic combat drone. Possible ship detected. Unvisited location. The exit's in a weird spot on this one. The nearby planet shows habitation and great beauty. A rudimentary automated planetary defense system is looping its message into space. Warning! Quarantine level 5 in effect under FHA Act 22, Article 11.2. Warning! Quarantine level 5 in effect. You detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. Intervene! Detecting the higher threat, the automated ship moves into to engage your ship. Wow. I cannot speak today. Well, get ready. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's aim for... Yeah, that cloaking is going to be a problem if we don't knock it out soon. Well, they took out O2, but we took out their entire ship. The ship breaks apart and you quickly salvage what you can. The outpost hails you after the scouts destroyed. Thanks for the help. You've been harassed non-stop by those scouts. Take this on the house. Very nice. Let's repair this before it becomes a problem. We need to start saving credits to be able to get more subsystems on the ship. Pirate ship arrives shortly after you. Judging from the fact that it's attempting to avoid your ship, you assume it's a smuggler trying to stay away from beacons. You power up your weapons and move in to engage. That is a big ship. And they have a fire beam. Of course they have a fire beam. Why wouldn't they have a fire beam? What did they hit? Nothing's on fire, at least. Okay. They look like they don't want to fight. They're trying to escape. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. You search the ship and discover that its cargo was new military-grade weaponry. It was somehow undamaged in the fight and could be easily mounted on the ship. That was a hell of a thing to pick up. Damn! Required power 3. Charge time 21 seconds. Fires 7 shots at once. Good at taking down shields, hard to aim. I mean, that's... Does aiming even matter at that point? Like, legitimately. This is going to be a matter of having to have that... how long does it take to power the burst laser 1? 12 seconds. It's literally double the time. It's 2 points. 50 and 75. Plus an additional 50. 225 to get that thing working at, like, peak condition. Very much worth it, though. Let's hope that this is a battleship and not a mission ship. You stumble across a forward scout of the rebel fleet. They're powering up their FTL. Well, it doesn't matter because they're right behind me. Okay. If I... Wait a sec. Now that's mean. That's extra mean. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll aim for that. Heavy laser has to wait. Burst laser has to wait. Artemis can fire immediately. That person can go to hell. Missile, please. Missed. Burst laser, fire. Main laser, fire. Down to 2 missiles left. Notch, back in the engine room. Nemi, back in there. Let's hope we can do this. Yeah, you know? One more shot. So just one more shot will do it. At this point, I don't even need to charge up to a bigger gun. That Flak 2 is like endgame gun. Alright. FTL's inside a nebula. Engi controlled. You know, we might actually have halfway decent run going here. You've arrived in Engi space. The fall of the Federation has brought tough times to these robotic life forms, but they're usually willing to help. A distress beacon. You follow the distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. Hail them to offer assistance. Help! Our shields are down. We won't last long. Try to shield their ship with yours. Don't risk our ship. Leave them to their fate. We'll shield them. We're gonna take some damage. You try your best, but one stray rock hits a key structure in their ship. It breaks apart in front of your eyes. You salvage what you can before leaving, and try not to think about the lost crew. Sad. Alright, next sector.
An Engi ship visits the vicinity. Seeing you jump in armed to the teeth, immediately broadcasts its surrender. Subject goal wealth. Engi motivation survival. Transfer of goods acceptable. Explain that you're friendly. Or accept their offer of surrender. We're friendly. The Engi seem relieved and eager to get underway. They set off without saying goodbye. Oh, well, it's not the worst. We need fuel. We need fuel. We're going to the store with our 1 fuel and 15 credits. A message arrives. Your scrap, ours. Our weapons for you. You're about to raise the shields when you realize it's an Engi trader looking for trade. Stun bomb? Stun bomb? Wait, what? Oh, small bomb. That's what S-bomb stands for. Brian, Emily, Chris Phillips. I don't think these are their names. That missile launcher, though. Sad. Upon completing your jump, greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, you'll be too bad you'll regret. Uh-huh. I'm certain. Whoa, what is that? What is that laser? That laser looks scary. Well, it can't hurt yet, so... The enemy ship seems to be powering up its FTL. It's trying to escape. Wait, does a heavy laser... Shots per charge, normal damage, possible effect, breach, fire, stun. I didn't realize it had that many status effects. Dang. Alright, we are running out of Artemis missiles, so we're gonna have to switch to burst laser. Their FTL is charging. FTL, let's arm that. And just hope our auto fires enough to continue dealing enough continuous damage. They offer to give you some of their goods if you don't destroy their ship. Accept their offer, or we will not. We need that fuel. Accept their offer. The pirate ship was lying in wait inside this asteroid field. It immediately moves into attack. An actual reason to use this gun. Okay. I didn't realize they had a flak cannon too. Oh, wow. Okay. Aim for their shield generator. Aim for their cockpit. Alright, you win. Here's some equipment from our stores. Please leave us alone. No. I want everything you've got. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of scrap material. Alright, O2 is back up. Let's go repair the medbay. We're having a moment. Huh? Let's see where this takes us. You receive a message from a small convoy. We're looking for some military supplies and offering to try to improve your reactor in exchange. Oh, if I had the missiles. Dang. Can sell that Artemis launcher now. The advanced Rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small Rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. You betcha. You bet I want that. Oh, jeez. That flak takes so long to charge. You salvage what you can from the broken ship. The station was apparently designed to outfit Rebel ships with drone systems. You find a functioning schematic. Okay. Alright, that gives us all three of our lasers at once. Well, flak and lasers. We can sell the Artemis launcher. We get some repairs. Okay. The whole smasher laser. See, I wanted to do the multiple ship systems thing, but we're apparently not getting that today. Hmm. One extra free power would be pretty nice. We're liable to get another combat drone when we find the actual drone component. Let's get an extra crew member. We need that. Hello. Welcome to the crew. Oh wait. You're a weapons specialist. Hello. Welcome to Shields. Yeah. Alright. A rebel ship has been patrolling the region. As soon as you arrive, it begins its assault. Well, that's nice of you, I suppose. Oh, I'm paused. I'm like, why? Alright. Please don't kill us. We'll give you everything we had. No. You keep shooting us. More power, which I don't need. More shields would be nice. We're getting there. Distress beacon. How can we help? You arrive at a smoldering Engi research station. Distress call unanswered. Attacked by pirates or mantis most likely. There may be someone left alive, or something of value left on board. You send an away team to investigate, but there's nothing to save for the acidic stench but burnt Engi parts. This place is dead. I'm too late. A small platform orbits near this beacon. It looks like a fueling station of some sort, is clearly broadcasting reasonable prices for the spectrum of frequencies and languages. Yeah, dock with them. The automated platform seems to be damaged. You can likely steal as much fuel as remains. War doesn't justify abandoning one's values. We are in need. If you take the fuel, at least it won't fall into the hands of the rebels. You breach the containment and access what remains of the fuel reserves. Sector is on fire. Let us go. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged... okay. You inform a nearby station of your flight from the rebels. They offer to outfit your ship with a weapon and wish you well. Nice. Charge time 22 seconds. Yikes. Zoltan controlled. You're far from Federation home space here in Zoltan territory, and it's not clear whether the authorities will have any goodwill remaining. Still, you have to push forward. You jump into the middle of a plasma storm. Multiple recently incapacitated ships loom in the shadows, briefly illuminated by lightning. Manually search the wreckage for survivors and equipment. Within the ship graveyard, you find one ship that seems relatively untouched. On board, you find an unconscious passenger and take them back to your ship. Once awake, they offer to join your crew in thanks. Oh, it doesn't happen very often. Welcome on board. Atreyu? Atreyu. We now have enhanced sensors. This drone isn't looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for the rebel expansion, or maybe they're seeking to use this nebula for cover. Regardless, it identifies you as hostile. Of course. That is a lot of shields. Whoa! Okay. Fire. I'm completely missing. Yeah, there's so much going on here. Okay, both of you. We're out of oxygen in every room, aren't we? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Everybody. We have 0 dodge. We have no oxygen on board. That's it. We will call that it. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That was fun. That was also a hell of an ending to a run. Dang. That's just skin of the teeth the whole time. Okay. Well, that was a heck of an evening. Thank you so much, all of you, for tolerating my silly little space game, EVNova. Just an old favorite of mine, something I love going back to from time to time. And if you can find it in your hearts to let me play it again one of these nights, I would love to continue our strange little story. Oh, let's see here. Let's find out who's currently streaming tonight and see who we want to raid. That broke for a sec. Ooh, that sure broke. Did I break? Ooh, my bitrate went to hell for a second there. That's not a good sign. Okay, I guess it's a good time for me to be doing a raid. Yikes. Alright. Well, we are going to send you folks over to Curiosity. Looks like there's more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas going on. That story's getting continued. So, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And I will see you all again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Let's do a green Glowdog raid. Yeah, do that one. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, everyone.